So backstage this morning. It's exciting. We're going to be back on the telly, Anne.
We're going to be on the telly.
We haven't been on the telly for ages.
There.
Look.
We've just seen Holly and Phil already.
We've seen them, Holly and Phil, off this
We
morning.
did, yeah. They look really cool.
We're on the telly.
Come on.
We're on this morning to talk about the book. Look, it's Philip Schofield. It's Philip
Phil
off the telly.
We're on the sofa. Look there. Look at the sofa. There you go.
Loving the book, loving the book.
Oh, thanks, Philip. Thank you.
Lots of pictures, love books with lots of
Lots of
Because I
hairstyles.
can't read.
We're on the telly, Anne. This is live now. So, shh. Sorry.
Hello, we are back.
Hiya.
Good morning.
Oh,
How are you?
Suck it in when you breathe.
So, obviously, you might have noticed something. Don't adjust your TV sets. There is nothing wrong. We are wearing these very special face masks, which are cleverly designed. It says here to blend into your face. Not so sure about that.
They've been made by Mask Your Face, which is a family-run business in Lancashire. Thanks for the fun, guys. This is fantastic. We're loving these. I can't actually breathe. I'm a bit short of breath now.
Can I just say the best ones are if you have your photo taken with your teeth. Because those teeth
I look
are
like a
incredible.
ventriloquist dummy of me. Oh, I'm loving them. Shall we take them off now?
I could have lipstick everywhere.
Oh.
Have I got lipstick?
There we go.
No, look, we're all right. We've
you're
sort
all
of
right.
survived. Not so good that side, though. Look at that. That looks a bit grubby, doesn't it? Nice. How was your break?
We're not the only ones in the studio. Our mate Anton Deck are here
Boys. Oh, look. They look good, don't they? Deck, you need to pull yours down a bit. I can't see your eyes.
Oh, really?
You're just a smile. There he is.
There you go. That's better. There you go.
I went to, I was telling the boys a moment ago, I went into a shop the other day. I had a baseball cap on and a big black face mask.
Yeah.
And I walked down the street and a guy went, "Hi, Phil."
How?
How the hell did you spot
How
me?
did he
How was
spot you through
possible?
that?
Yeah.
But listen, I'm jealous of you two today.
Yeah, we
because
don't need these.
You don't
with
need
each other.
those because
No.
you're sitting next to each other and you can hug each other.
So you're
Don't.
you're
It actually makes me
cohort.
cry.
Cohort.
So
Yes.
to explain a cohort.
What does that mean?
So we're working on Britain's Got Talent at the moment and other things. So we get tested every 4 days.
Like Premiership footballers.
Yeah.
That's where the similarity ends.
That's it.
But we
That's
get
what it
tested
is.
every 4 or 5 days.
And we
Up
can,
the old nose
So
and
we-
in the old mouth.
Down
Yeah.
the throat and up the nose. So we form, basically our households are connected and we form a cohort. So we can sit next to each other and
Stroke
Does
each
that
other.
limit anywhere that you can go? Are there limitations to it?
Yeah,
Who
we've
you
got to be
see?
careful
Yeah.
as to where we go and who we see.
but there's nothing new there.
Yeah, exactly.
But you've got each other.
But
We've got each other.
Ah,
Yeah.
So lucky.
It's
Do you want
nice.
to be my cohort?
I know. I'd love to, but we're not a cohort.
No, we're not.
We're not cohort.
We're
but
not cohorting.
We're not cohorting, but we think we've come up with quite a good way of being able to hug each other.
Yeah, we had a chat with the team, and they've managed to create this.
Look at this. What are we going to call this? Are we calling this the cuddle curtain?
It's a cuddle curtain.
I love a cuddle
You
curtain.
might have seen it on social media. It's made of thick plastic. It means that we can actually give each other a hug. So I don't...
Is it weird that I'm really excited about this? If you'd have told me, if you'd have done this time last year, I'd have thought you were some sort of weirdo. However, this year, I'm all over this. Should we give it a go?
Yeah.
Oh my
Technically,
God,
we are
how
not.
long has this
We are not
been?
touching. So
How long has this actually been since we've done this?
a long time. April, March.
So like almost 6 months.
Yeah.
What, you've done this before through a curtain?
We have not done this before. This is the first time we've ever done this.
In the shower.
Yeah. Although there was that Christmas.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, where does my face go? Oh my God. Oh my God.
One of the bizarre touching moments.
Oh, I don't want to let go. I'm going to let go. Oh, there you are. Oh, there you are. Oh, I love it.
This is what the internet was made for.
Oh, it's like we're in prison.
Now we've touched it. We're the only ones that can touch it. So can we keep cuddle curtain in the corner? Let's put Cuddle
No one
Curtain in.
keeps Cuddle Curtain in the corner.
Look at my face. You can see my face on the thing. Well, there you go. Listen, we are delighted to be back with you and keep you company. We've got loads to look forward to over the next few months.
Yeah, here's a sneak peek at what's in store.
Another go? Lots to look forward to, but back to today.
Yeah, we're talking to Ant and Dec in just a moment, but here's what else we've got coming up for you this morning.
Yes. Now, from Biker Grove to SMTV Live to Britain's Got Talent, I'm a Celebrity, and everything in between, Ant and Dec have now been gracing our screens for 30 years.
And they celebrate this milestone by releasing a new book. And this is it. It's all about their career. It's got loads of pictures in it. It's called Once Upon a Time, which is very clever.
See what we
Thank
did
you.
there?
Yeah.
See what we did there?
Very
Yeah.
good. They'll be telling us more next, but first, here's how they became our favourite Geordie duo.
He comes up there sometimes. He's called Dunk.
I don't know.
Is Mr. Donnelly coming through? Yeah, go on, if you are the funny one, make me laugh.
It's Anthony, PG McFarland, Declan, Triple X, Donnelly!
It's gripped the nation. I'm a celebrity. Get it!
Let's get bobbing.
And I pulled off the impossible job, going undercover on Holly Willoughby.
This isn't a surprise. That's Dec.
Hello and welcome to this morning. Stop the television.
How are you?
What's his problem with me?
Lost voice guy.
The national award goes to Ant and Dec.
Come on there. And then we thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Ah, boys. I
Oh,
mean,
that was nice.
30 years. Does it feel like 30
Not
years?
at
Nah.
all.
No.
It feels like it's gone in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And it feels, bizarrely, bad news for you, feels like we're only just getting started.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It feels like
Yeah.
we've still got so
That's
much...
the NTA stuffed again.
But it feels like we've still got so much energy and enthusiasm for
But
our
I think
job.
that's what's really important is that you've had all of this success. You know, your national treasures are two of you together. You look at the programming you've made over the years, and yet at no point have you ever sort of gone, well, we've made it now. We're just going to rest back on our laurels and...
Because we love it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You know, we're very lucky to be involved in 3 of the biggest shows on telly, and we just want them to continue and do other stuff as well. And we love working together. You know, we love each other, and being together, working together is just such a good laugh. It's like your job. You know, you come to work and you think, I've got the best job.
Yeah, we're
That's how
very
we
lucky.
feel.
Yeah.
It's
And I
amazing.
don't, I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you ever feel like you get to a point and you go, oh, I've made it.
No.
You never do. Nobody
Well, you-
does.
It's true.
But you don't ever feel like that anyway, do you?
Nah.
Both of you don't... It's almost like you still can't quite believe it.
Yeah,
there is a bit of that.
there is an element of you're kind of waiting for a knock on the door going, oh, there's been a terrible mistake. It wasn't for you, it was for somebody else. And you kind of go, oh, yeah, OK, well, I had a really good time while it lasted. But, yeah, it's quite unbelievable that it should happen to us, really.
Well, it's a partnership pinned on friendship,
Mm.
ultimately. And actually, when you read the book, it's that friendship that you're listening to. As you're reading it, you can hear you both talking, because it's not like a normal book where it's just pages and pages of writing. It's you two having a chat about your life and your career.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wanted it to be like a conversation so you could hear both of us talking you through each story, and every chapter is every show that we work on. So one will be about SMTV, or one will be about Saturday Night Takeaway, and it's all the kind of backstage stories or daft stuff that's happened to us
Yeah.
throughout the years on those shows.
Well, of course, in 1989, when you first started, I introduced your show From the Broom Cupboard.
Yes.
And
Yes,
Vice
you
Graham.
did.
And so I was there when it all started.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
However, you can't remember your first day meeting.
No, not really. We both started, because Anne came in, I did the first series of Back Row.
There's you in your pyjamas.
I did the first series in 1989, and then Anne came in 1990, and our 2 characters, PG and Duncan, became friends. So it happened quite gradually, and we were both there on the first day of filming, and he came in as a new character, and I was with the old characters from the first series.
You're like, who's this new kid?
I was like, oh,
Who's
all,
this?
all of us OGs, the original Grovers.
Oh, geez. But it was so daunting. Like, for me, it was so daunting going there. You had all of these kids who knew each other, and they were like, they just met after they'd been on this most wonderful holiday together. Like, how are you? Yeah, good. And they had these in-jokes, and they were all kind of quite clicky together. So for a 13-year-old kid who was a bit self-conscious about how they looked, and you're that age as a boy anyway, early teens, that everything is just a little bit
How quickly did it click
scared.
between the two?
It clicked quite quickly once we started working together.
Yeah,
in
well,
scenes.
the characters became best friends. PG and Duncan became friends, and so you're in every scene together, in every shot, and in downtime you're laughing and joking around, and we got to know each other, and we found out we had similar interests, very similar sense of humour. We loved Vic and Bob and all of those things that were on at the time. We used to recite all the catchphrases to each other.
Went to see the football together, and
And then you made beautiful music together.
We did.
And, we could thank
Well, we
you.
made music
Well,
together.
I wouldn't say it was beautiful,
I
Holly.
read this morning, is it 14? 14 times you were in the top 20?
Yes.
Yeah?
14?
And everybody...
So shocked, Phil. I know you sound so shocked.
let's get ready to rumble with an H.
That completely distracted me. I almost was like, what? How do you spell rumble?
Yeah, with an A.
With an A.
I didn't know that.
You don't,
You
but
don't.
we did.
We did.
Oh, that was
We
like...
just wanted to shake up the charts, Holly.
I see. OK, now I get it.
So you were saying earlier on that, because I had no idea it was 14. I thought, well, that's completed what?
Name one of the other 13.
We had albums as well. That is a shock.
But when Saturday Morning Telly came along, you said that when you were writing that, that you got a real wave of nostalgia. for
Yeah,
Saturday.
it really did. And I remember just before we started Saturday mornings, you said to us, we had a party, our management had a party, it was a barbecue thing, and you went, enjoy it because it'll be the best time you ever have on television. And we're like, what's he talking about? Because he's done
He doesn't
everything.
know anything. What does he know? Scotfield.
But you're right, and what it is there's no pressure. There's no pressure for ratings. There's no pressure for getting it right. It's like you can turn up.
Well, there's no pressure for ratings once you start to get the ratings.
Yeah, exactly.
There was
Yeah.
pressure for ratings when we weren't
in
getting
the early
when nobody was
days,
watching.
but you could just have fun on Saturday mornings.
And we'd try stuff out every
Yeah,
Saturday, and we'd
if it
just
didn't work,
mess about. If it
changed
didn't
it.
work, you'd do something
And then
different.
obviously, like one of your longest running formats is I'm a Celebrity. And it's 2002, I think, was the first series, which is extraordinary because that seems like such a long time ago. But the show feels so fresh and new. And I guess it's because you're constantly evolving with it.
Yeah, and it's one, the show that we really look forward to going out and spending 5 weeks in Australia every year.
Don't!
Not this year.
Not this year.
At least you get your birthday here.
Yeah, I get my birthday.
Birthday at
yeah,
home this
I
year.
mean,
Time in a while.
But no, we love I'm a Celebrity, and like you say, the cast changes every year, so it's a different vibe. You're never quite sure what's going to happen. You never know what it's going to be. So every year throws up something different. We absolutely love
So
it.
what can you tell us about this one then? We know that it's in Wales.
It's in Wales.
It's at a castle in Wales.
If I was to say Carol Baskin. The rumours are there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The
I've
rumours
got
are
everything
there.
crossed. I've got everything crossed. That would be amazing.
If that is true, that's a great
Isn't
book.
it?
Couldn't possibly say.
No, we couldn't say. Can't comment on the bookings.
That's
at
a
the moment.
conversation for cohorts only.
But no, yeah, we will be in Wales. We are very much looking forward to it because it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
And none of us quite know what it's going to be like. So I'm just intrigued.
It's going to be freezing, I know that.
It's going to be cold.
Will
Freezing.
you get bitten by a spider?
No.
Oh, my God, yeah. That bit
I've
is
got,
in
the
the book.
got a picture
Please,
here.
have you got a
you don't
picture?
have to
Yes,
show the
please.
pi- oh, God.
Right, now then, let me explain. So Dec got bit by a spider in Australia, and the medic came in to see him because it had swollen up overnight. And this was as he was having a look. Then I went out to go to the toilet and came back. Have you got the next picture?
Yep.
I didn't,
And it was on the floor.
I didn't react well.
It's on the floor.
So I didn't
with
react
gas
well.
and air.
I didn't react well to the needle.
But it wasn't the spider bite. It was from the needle. He had to give him the needle to stop the swelling, and he fainted.
And the first thing you did was take a picture.
Let's get
This will be
me
good
out.
for the book one
Yeah,
day.
exactly. One day when we write a book, this will be brilliant.
Well, you didn't get bitten by a spider when you were out there. Thank
No,
goodness
I
for
didn't.
that.
I don't think I even knew that story. I'm glad you didn't tell me
Did
that,
you love it?
actually.
Because I've never spoken to you about this.
I loved
since.
it.
It's
yeah.
great, isn't it?
It was a magical place.
Yeah.
I'm mean, I just felt like I jumped through the TV
telly.
set. Yeah.
It's because you mentioned it in the book. You had your year off. I remember you and I were talking when it all looked like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
You said there is only one person that can do this. It
Yeah.
has to be Holly.
Yeah, well, there was one person, they said no, so then I said, Holly.
Oh, you made it.
No, there was only one person. I said there's a very, very short list of one person that I wanted to do, and it was Hol. And I say it in the book, and we go into it a bit about, I didn't want another guy stood next to me. I wanted a girl, and when that was the case, there was only one person who I wanted, and that was Hol. Thankfully, she said yes, and we had a lovely time.
We did. It was fun.
It was really fun. It was
Little
really good.
adventure.
And it's BGT now.
BGT now, yeah.
That was so nice to have that back on Saturday,
Yes.
especially like with the kids when you're like, oh my God, what's on telly? What's on
Yeah.
telly? What can we watch? And it
We're
was
back.
like,
We're back this Saturday is the semi-finals. So we've recorded them. We got no Simon because he's still recuperating. But Ashley Barnes just stepped in, and he's good.
He's brilliant.
I mean, not that we expected him not to be
Yeah.
good, but he's a past winner, so he's really credible. And from the off, his comments are very good, quite harsh at times. But yeah, he's great. He's a great addition.
A great insight from somebody who has been on the show, auditioned and won it. So it's
Brilliant.
It's very, very insightful.
So what's the story with the audience then? How does that feel?
So we've got no audience in the studio,
Yeah.
but we have a massive virtual audience. So we have like 500 people on a huge wall in the studio who are all
great.
sat at home watching it. So so we have an audience. They're all sat on their sofa and clapping and cheering along.
that's a
so
great
it's,
you can all
it's
see them just
really,
watching
really good.
from home, having
Yeah.
a drink, having some food. And they just love the show. It's fantastic. You'd love it, Phil. As a fan of telly,
Yeah.
it's the kind of thing you'd like.
Well, because we did the Cube with no audience at all. But funnily enough, I actually for one of those shows. I don't know what Dancing on Ice would be like. I won't like that because we might have your idea for that one.
Yeah.
But the Cube was actually so intense.
Yeah, I
because
bet.
it's silent
Yeah, yeah.
in the
Yeah, of
studio.
course,
so
yeah.
I thought it was as I said, it's the best we've ever done. But that's a really good idea. So people can actually get. Is it the same people every week or?
No, different
No,
people, different
different
audience,
audience.
there every week. But it's fantastic. It looks amazing as well. So it just gives you the sense that there are people there, and for the acts that they are performing to somebody, not just the four judges. in
Yeah,
front of them.
because it's tough for the acts, especially for comedians, to come out there in front of nobody. So we needed something, and they've came up with this
we were all
very
quite
clever idea.
nervous about it as well, going, God, is this going to work? And thankfully it does.
With sort of your career and all the different things you've ever done and kind of the doors that get opened to you and the places you get to go, I imagine one of the most pinch me moments was the Royal documentary when...
Yes.
I'm going to say you had a sleepover with Prince Charles. But I mean...
We didn't call it that, but
We did.
But you
We
might have
did.
done.
We
But
did.
Were you in your bathrobe?
Well, yeah, I
walking-
was in the room. So it was in the place that he's got in Scotland. It wasn't in a royal residence. It was in Prince Charles's residence. And he said, would you like to stay over? Because we're filming, we're doing an interview the next morning. So
And we get there and you think you're going to be put in another wing or somewhere.
Another
else.
building.
And we go, an outbuilding. And we go up the main staircase and our butler, who met us out in the car, says, Aunt, this is your room. Deck, this is your room. Prince Charles is there next door. And we're like, what?
So he was like opposite me. So I put my robe on, right, and I'm going to nip downstairs. At the time, that's when I smoked. So I'm going to go down and have a smoke. So I get to the top of the stairs in a robe, and he's there with like a pair of like secateurs. You know, just been out pruning the roses. One has to done for the best. And I'm like, and I'm in a robe, and I kind of have this small talk with them, and then back into the room, and then kind of silently screaming at the pillow.
I bet.
But yeah, it was wonderful.
Did you hear anything through the walls? Were you really conscious about like snoring?
I was
or-
just hoping he didn't hear anything through the walls.
Well, guys, it is so lovely to see you.
Oh, thanks very much.
It's been a long
And
time.
welcome back.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you
Oh,
back.
it's
See you
lovely
both.
to see you both.
And once upon a time, this is what we've been talking about, and this is Thursday, isn't it?
Out on Thursday, yeah.
Thursday.
Thanks, guys.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Lovely to
Thank
see
you.
you.
And you as well.